Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Can you confirm if you can hear me by giving me some reactions just to be sure everything is working? Okay, great. Thank you. And welcome to our orientation session for November 2025 diet. We're currently about 103 on the call. Hopefully we have others join us as we start. So let me just confirm that people can also watch or stream it live on YouTube. Um, okay. Okay. So the session has started officially. So I'll be sharing my screen and you can give me some thumbs if you can see my screen as well. Okay, great. I think we are good to start. I mean, just 1 minute. Let me bring up the screen again. All right, so let me know if you can see my screen perfectly. So the starter pack for ICAN November 2025 diet, you can give me some thumb up if everything is clear. Can I get some reactions, please? I'm not sure. Okay, great. Thanks, Bola. Okay, I think we are set to start. And let me welcome you again to Next Page Tutors ICAN lectures for November 2025 diet. And my name is Simeon, uh, the lead tutor for the center. And I have my other colleagues on the call as well. Kato, you've been seeing Kato's face on the call. I have Isaiah, I have Victor, and a couple of other guys from my team on the call just to walk you through what we have in place as planned for November 2025 diet lecture for you. Okay. And just to mention is that we have also, we have another session for 4 p.m. today. So please ensure you are on top of messages on the group to ensure you are not missing anything today. And just to also add is while the session is ongoing, because I think we tried to put some restrictions in terms of being able to unmute yourself or something. But if you have any question while the session is ongoing, go to the chat box, drop your messages, and then we'll also get to Q&A session, right? So we'll get to answer all your questions. So be rest assured. Okay. So just few things to run you through this afternoon is so we have most of the things to run you through in our starter pack, which includes a review of the starter pack itself, comprehensive review with all the things we have in this content, as you can see, right? And then we also, after that, one part of this starter pack is also registration, which is another major thing in our agenda for this afternoon, especially for the new joiners. And then we will also walk through our student course tracker, which is what we use in tracking lecture progress and, ensure that syllabus is well covered. And also we will discuss um, how to access lecture videos and talk about body sessions, talk about using Zoom for lecture, which is what we are currently using for this meeting. It's just that when lecture starts, there are some level of restrictions that we bring from time to time just to ensure lectures are well, coordinated. So we'll also discuss Zoom, and then we will talk about case study simulation. We will talk about review of um, our video guide and e-library and also our Telegram page and how they are useful in terms of getting access to the materials that you need for the diet. And then lastly is for us to also talk about some feedbacks that we have received, last diet, previous diet, and how we have also addressed them, as a center. And then we will talk about the usefulness of our social media pages as well before we get to Q&A session. So let's start off with so Bola, your hand is still raised. I think you can lower it just to be sure you don't have. Okay, thank you for that. And then, so I will need your help at some point just to confirm you're still with me or I'm still with you by giving me some reactions. I will let you know when I need you to give me reactions. Please do well to give me reactions, on time. So, yeah, so let's start off with us as a center. uh you know Next Page tutors is an ICAN tuition provider, an accredited one. We got a full accreditation in 2024, which was long overdue as at that time. And series of commendations from the ICAN officials that visited us then. Some of the videos of the event you can see on our social media, and we've consistently maintained standard over going to about 7 years now that we started the center. And you can see it in our results, in our pass rate. Our students are happy. We have a very large alumni group with, knowledge or job opportunities and other things being shared even after you qualify as a chartered accountant, right? Um, and it's also worth mentioning that we as a center, we pay so much attention to quality, and that's why so our model is designed around paying more attention to quality to ensure our students are happy, and our students are happy to also refer, the center to other people who needs quality lectures to be able to pass their ICAN exam with ease. Okay, so that's basically it in terms of uh, us as a center, right? And if I go back to this really, okay, so let's just so if so the next thing we have here is our lecture plan for the diet, a breakdown of what we have in place for you. And item number one is basically what we are starting off with today, which is the compulsory session that we are having. We are currently 164 on this call. Hopefully we get more people to join us. We started off with about 100. Now we are 166, and more people are still joining because we are just starting, and some people are also, going to get to catch up live on YouTube, and also after the session, right? And by 4 p.m. is the second part of the session where we said there will also be a review of new syllabus. If you look at this, we said I can new syllabus review. So that session is also very important for anyone who is writing November 2025 diet. And that's because we have new syllabus at hand. with significant changes, which we need to discuss together before we go into the diet. And some people have also been asking questions that, oh, we haven't gotten access to videos, what's going on, and all of that. So the sessions we're having today are actually important to understand the structures that are in place, because even for us as a center, we are restructuring our video folders to take and consider all the feedback we've received in the past, and also to consider, the new syllabus, such that at the end of the day, we're all happy, receiving lectures. And then, of course, the virtual lecture is what we have in number two, which runs from tomorrow. So virtual lecture will start officially from tomorrow and run till October 19. Intensive lectures. And in between that, we have a mid-diet review, which is what we hold every diet at a point in time to ensure we discuss how we've progressed so far, receive any feedback that is necessary from students, and see how we need to adjust things to ensure we are progressing well, and also, in the direction of ensuring that syllabus is well covered. And then we've got mock exams. Mock exam, we are going to discuss this a bit more in detail. That has also been scheduled to be between 20th of October and 26th of October, right? And then there will also be a mock exam debrief on October 31. So here we will provide a debrief, there will be a feedback, and our designed activities basically for mock exam. For those of you that have been able to participate in our mock exam in the past, you can attest to the level of effort that we invest at the center in ensuring that we conduct a standard mock exam for those who are keen to utilizing the mock exam to prepare well for their exams. Okay. And we invest even money wise. We reward people who show high level of commitment in participating in the mock exam, just to show you how we appreciate your effort in cooperating with us to increase our pass rate and ensure you are also happy, at the end of the day. And after the mock exam is a general revision. After the mock exam debrief, that is followed with a general revision. And also, we've got the case study simulation classes that hold after the person is released by ICAN. And that's the detail of our lecture plan for the diet, right? So some of you might be wondering, some things might be coming up along the line to say, oh, when are we having our mock exam? When are we having this? When are we having that? So you can always revisit your starter pack. All the information is there. Although this is V1, this is the first version of the lecture plan, because ICANN has not released the advert for the diet. So we normally release version 2, which then considers the actual exam date, and then we will update this date if it is necessary to do so. Okay. Yeah. And then the next thing is the summary of our lecture model. Right. So like we have here, it says we run full 17 to 18 weekends lecture, comprehensive, followed by mock exams and other activities that we've seen. And also to let you know is we are only providing virtual lecture for this diet, although in the enrollment form, you will see another model which says virtual lecture with intensive follow-up, right? So there will be further communication on that on the group. But just to let you know is that it's a new model which we are bringing in to capture people that we've seen. People that we've seen struggle to write ICANN exam, people that we've seen struggle to pass ICANN exam for so many reasons. Reasons like, so either they don't know how to tackle questions, or they just feel something is wrong somewhere, or maybe tight work schedule is not allowing them to read and prepare well for their exams. So many other reasons, that you feel you need intensive follow-up, right? So do well to edit the enrollment form to choose that option if you need to do that, right? So in terms of how it's going to go, we are still going to do a proper communication on the group. So we are currently evaluating the level of engagement or the level of activities that is required to actually help those in that category. And then there will be further communication on the group, the whether there will be financial implication to that effect, and other how it's going to work out basically. So there will be communication on the WhatsApp group on that. But if you feel you need help, right, you need additional help, ensure you choose that option in your in the enrollment form, and you can always edit your enrollment form. And just to mention, right, and it's only for those that actually needs that, because it doesn't change the fact that we still have our normal body session, which is an accountability session, which we are still going to look at in our agenda, right? And of course, we maintain a general WhatsApp platform, which is, I mean, most of you are on the WhatsApp platform. So there are two at the moment, two general WhatsApp platform. You ensure you are only on one platform as a student, because we are managing, the capacity. I mean, we've got a general Telegram page. You can be on the Telegram, and we've also got group for each level, skills, foundation, and professional level. We've got a WhatsApp group for each level, and you will be added to those groups in due time. So what we will do is, once lectures have been restricted to those that have made commitment for the diet, we send out the link via email, and then you can join. Once the link is sent out, we'll also notify you on the group, so that you have the prompt to join the group. And another thing in terms of our model is, so we as a center, we ensure syllabus is well covered, and we track it. We don't just say, oh, syllabus is covered, or syllabus, we want to cover syllabus. So we track things properly in a way that the students is also visible to the students. So we have what we call student cost tracker, right? And we'll start giving you access to that cost tracker from today. I'm also going to walk you through it, on this call. So let's get to that side, and then I'll walk you through, the students course tracker. And then we also have Google e-library, like a Google Drive, where all the past questions, all the materials, everything that you need is mapped in for easy access. And then, of course, we've got the Telegram as well, where you can easily go to the media section of the Telegram to download all your past questions, all your materials. You don't even need anyone to send to you. If there are materials that we also need to update on the Telegram e-library, you can always prompt our director of lecture planning to ensure we have those materials in there. Okay. And there is also past question map, which we call past Pathfinder course chart. It is also a very useful material that helps you to be able to navigate the past questions. So some of these things, as I'm speaking, please, guys, I mean, for old students or for tutors that are on the call, please let's endeavor to share those materials on the group, so that we can, see what it looks like for those of us that are joining the center for the, first time, especially the course chart. Please let's find the most recent version and drop it on the groups while the call is ongoing. So it's a very useful one. You want to ensure you have it safe, keep for your, for your study. And then, I mean, we've mentioned that we conduct standard mock exam, and we'll discuss that briefly. And then we also have a body session, a body accountability system, which we will also discuss, further. And then the next thing is our lecture timetable. So this is our current timetable for November 2025 lectures, and this has been adjusted to reflect the current syllabus, right? So if you look at this from foundation is not usually a problem, because we only have 4 courses at that level, and those 4 courses are very clear. So we run a standard. Let me go back to show you that we actually run a standard 3 hours lecture. If you look at the top, it says standard lecture duration 3 hours. All the activities is expected to start at July 5, which is today, and end on November 2, right? So that's it, including all the mock exams, everything that we need to do for the diet. And that's to give you some time to also revise and get ready for the exam. Standard lecture hour is 3 hours. Although timetable is then adjusted to ensure we put some things into consideration. So when we get to prepare the timetable, you see some courses being 2 hours, some are 3 hours. I think at some point some are even 4 hours, right? Especially the revision lectures now, the revision classes, which is going to come towards the end of the diet. But the standard time is 3 hours. And this diet, we are also communicating with our tutors to ensure we actually do keep to time, right? And plus or minus 10 minutes, just in case we need to extend beyond 3 hours sometimes, max 10 minutes, we should round up and let people have a rest. So, I mean, like I said, foundation is not a problem. If you look at skills level, it looks like a very a level with series of courses, 6 courses in total, and sometimes fitting it into the timetable properly, because of the disparity or the differences in terms of the content in the syllabus of these courses, right? So so we create a timetable that accommodates the courses properly. So if you look at it from the beginning, Saturday is a very busy one. You've got PM, FM, and PSAF. If you're someone who is writing 6 courses, for example, it's always a very big busy weekend for you, which is what you've signed up for. And I mean, the result is always there to show for it that you've signed up for it, you've shown the effort, and you will always be happy at the end, right? But it will always be a very busy weekend. PM, FM, PSAF, and then in the evening is AAF, right? Making it 4 courses in a weekend, right? Although as we progress with lecture, you realize that some weekends you might have break for AAF, because AAF, the syllabus is not as bulky as a typical PM or PSAF, right? So, but that's the period for AAF. It doesn't have to be every week. So what we do is there is a weekly topic schedule that we send to the WhatsApp group, and you need to always keep up with that to know the topics you have, to know if there are slight variation in the timetable. We send that every Tuesday to the group, so you can always check to the WhatsApp groups, right? And then on a Sunday, you've got FR constant, you've got tax 4 to 6 p.m. to only 2 hours, and then you've got a free period 6:30 to 8:30, which we've now occupied with either PM or FM, right? And that is to help us have some level of should I say, being able to speed up during the diet, or being able to double up in some courses. So courses like PM, FM, or even FR then need to utilize this period to cover and measure up basically, right? And then similar thing for professional level: SFM Saturday morning constant, ATAX next period, AAA, so making it 3 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, you've got 3 as well, which is SBR constant first period on Sunday. Lecture start 12 p.m. on Sunday. And then so some weeks you have double SBR on Sunday. Some weeks it will be SBR FM, SFM in the afternoon. That's 4 to 6. And then case study, anytime we need to hold case study, will always be 6:30 to 8:30, right? So one thing you need to understand is that case study has a completely different model. And it is not for you to take it for granted. It is actually for you to recognize that it has a special model. When we get, just you, all you need is be ready, because for those that have participated in our case study lecture before, we do a lot of activities that are very, very engaging, right? Including not just the lectures, we also engage in what we call the report activities. We engage in simulation as well, which is towards the end of the diet, right? And that's it in terms of timetable. So this is the standard timetable, that weekly schedule that we share on the group, which things might change slightly in those in those. So always ensure to check during the lecture, during on Tuesday basically, right? And then we have here our lecture fee and bank details. So a lot of people actually make the administrative part of payment very stressful by not following instruction. And the first thing I would like to urge, everyone is ensure you follow the details that have been provided here. Lecture fee is only paid to the provider's bank. The moment you pay to another bank, which is the Access Bank you're seeing on the screen, there will be delay in responding to you because we have to figure things out. There is a separate person monitoring the provider's account, verifying lecture fee payment. There is a completely separate person in charge of the access account. So when you pay to a wrong account, not like your money is lost, but there might be delay in getting things sorted with you to have access to the necessary things. Okay, so let's ensure we pay to the right account. And you don't need anyone to send this to you. Whatever thing you need, you can always go to the starter pack. And if you're finding it difficult to navigate, look at it. So there is a table of content. Once you see the table of content, you can easily see that, oh, lecture fee and payment details is in slide 7. And then you can easily go check slide 7 and you're seeing the lecture fee. And of course, our lecture fee, the good thing is we haven't increased our lecture fee from what it was last diet. And I mean, this is something that was a difficult decision considering that so many things are changing. We have a new syllabus at hand, a very high level of effort to be able to measure, to be able to bring things to ensure we comply with the new syllabus, considering that ICAN has not even released the study text, and we are just ensuring that we are putting in place things to ensure we do things according to the new syllabus too, right? But we've decided to keep the lecture fee the same, and we've also decided to still go ahead with giving all the discounts, all the rollovers, all the waivers that we normally give to encourage students. All those things are still in place. And so that's basically it. So the next thing is our video policy. And before the video policy, I need to actually discuss with you what our payment plan looks like. What our payment plan looks like. So I would just want to let you know that only this week is free in terms of lectures. Only this week is free. So it means you find it very easy to get the lecture link for tomorrow to join lecture. But from next week, you are expected to have made commitment. And people will ask, oh, in terms of commitment, how can I pay? Do I need to split my lecture fee, or can I pay by installment? Yes, you can split, you can pay by installment. We allow maximum of 3 installment, and installment is usually feasible for those that start early. And that's because we have a general payment deadline, and those things are not specific for students. It's not applicable to individual students because we have large student base, so it is very difficult for us to start saying, oh, look, man, because you joined in August, don't worry, your own payment deadline is different from. So we don't do that. So we operate a general payment deadline. So lecture for first week is actually no restriction, right? So it means you can join lecture tomorrow, just like there are no restrictions for this lecture that we are currently holding. But from next week, you are expected to have made commitment, right? Commitment now, reasonable commitment that shows that, oh, this is the amount of, or this is the number of courses you've registered, this is the significant amount that you've paid to show that you're committed to actually receive lecture. So everyone is expected to have made commitment by next week to be able to join lecture, right? And so the deadline for payment, all of these things will be in your cost tracker. We'll put it there, and we'll also be sharing on the group. We'll get to the cost tracker soon, right? And then the next thing you need to understand is that there is a general payment deadline, which is for August 1st. That's August 1, right? So August 1 is the deadline for all payments. And what we do is the moment that deadline reaches, right, we restrict lectures to share only the lecture link for the courses you've paid for, right? But before August 1, if you've made commitment from next week, you can still join any of the courses you're writing. But from August 1, I mean, the weekend after that is August 2, which is a Saturday, right? So before you're able to join lecture from that August 2, you need to have paid for that course. So we'll now share access to the lecture link based on the courses you've fully paid for. Now, to show that we have student interest at heart. So, I mean, for a number of people on the call that have been with us for a while, you can attest, right? Because we don't just say this, is there are things that we do. So we don't just shut everyone from joining lectures. So all we are trying to look at that point is to ensure everyone that is joining lecture has a good level of commitment. And then we announce to let students know that, oh, at that point that we are restricting, if you have one or two reasons that is still stopping you to be able to balance up your tuition fee, all you need to do is to send us an email. It's called a promissory note. You send us an email, a promissory email, detailing that you've paid this amount, you have this amount outstanding, these are the courses you are writing, you don't have the balance yet, you will pay the balance by so date, and then we are good. So the moment you do that, we will map it into our records to recognize a receivable from you, right? And I mean, some students, you know, we had issue with some students last diet, and that's because after doing that, we gave them access to everything that they need to, have access to, and they are coming back to say to change plan after we've recognized receivable and giving you access, and it makes things difficult. So please take note, at that point in time when you are restricting, if you are sending a promissory note, please note that is a promissory note, because for us to have allowed lecture from now till sometimes in August, it shows you that we are giving everybody enough time to pay. And if we are also saying that if there are reasons why you cannot pay for your lecture at that point in time, send a promissory note and we will accommodate you. It shows you how, you know, how considerate we can be, right? But before you send an email for a promissory note, ensure you actually have a plan to pay, because the purpose of the promissory note is for us to recognize that there is a receivable from you, and then we allow you to go ahead with your lecture. And that's how to deal with it. So with that, you will see that in terms of payment, no problem. It's just for you to have all this necessary information, and we are going to run a very smooth diet, right? Now, all of these things that I have said is applicable to only the lecture part, right? And for those of you who are joining lecture from today or from tomorrow, I don't think there will be a problem, because you probably have no reason to miss lecture, even if you don't have access to the videos yet, right? All you need is ensure you watch the timetable. For the time being, ensure you join your lectures so that you don't miss lectures and put pressure on us to give you access to videos when it is not in line with the video policy, right? And now on the video policy. So the video policy is in places that we actually only give access to. I mean, just before that is that, so we use Google Workspace, and there were some challenges that we encountered last diet due to the pressure. ICAN announced, the new syllabus at a time that put so much pressure on the students to actually pass the diet, and it brought that pressure was transferred to us, and it caused a lot of traffic in our videos, and we had some playback issues and all. Those are some of the things that we've tried to put resolve, just to ensure we don't have such problem this diet. So you can be rest assured that we have a smooth system to deal with that this diet. And just to also add is that, so some reasons for this is security, and also, I mean, that we are still using Google Workspace is security, and also user friendliness. Everyone has Google account, or almost everyone has Google account, and if you don't have one, you can easily open a Google account, right? And it means it's very easy to give you access to everything, including the lecture videos. But we actually share access to videos for the courses you have fully paid for. And that's the part of videos that a lot of students get to ask questions that, can't you give me, I'll balance up later. Oh, no, we will not. We don't give access to the recorded videos for the courses you have not fully paid for. And let me explain that further. If you look at item E, it says access to videos are only shared for courses fully paid for. Example, we could have a student that is only writing PM and FR, right, with a part payment that covers our lecture fee up to one paper. Lecture fee for two papers at this level is probably about 40K. Let's say we now have a student, please listen to this part. So lecture fee for one paper is 25K at this level. For two papers is 40K, right? So it actually follows that pattern. So if you pay 20K, for example, don't expect any video because it has not covered the lecture fee for one paper. So students will argue that, oh, lecture fee for two papers is 40K. If I've paid half, you should give me half. No, it doesn't work that way. So we give you access to the courses you have fully paid for. And let me go back to the lecture fee to explain it clearly. If you look at skills level, one paper is 25K, two papers is 40K. If you're writing two papers, if you pay half 20K, it has not covered one paper. Because the way we give access to videos is because it's linked to some of our record in terms of income recognition and all, is that the moment we give you access to videos, we clear you for that diet to say you've satisfied everything, you've paid your full tuition fee. So even if you change your mind, for example, if a student paid only 20K, right? So if you change your mind that you even want to write only one course, so it means you still have 5K to balance because lecture fee for one course is 25K. So it simply means you have not fully paid for one course. And that's how, those are the rationale behind those things that you see. So it follows this pattern in terms of access to videos. In conclusion, a skilled student writing PM and FR need to have paid up to 25,000 to have access to one. If you've paid 15, 20, not up to one yet. If you paid 30K, that covers one. We can give you access to one course. It has not covered the two. So we won't give you access to two yet, right? So only when you pay up to 40K, we then give you access to the two. And that's how it works for other levels. That's how it works for other papers, right? And this is for video. Please take note. This is for videos. It doesn't change the fact that we have payment deadline, which applies to the lecture generally. So if you've made part payment, you can actually be enjoying lectures for both. So this explanation is only for videos. Please take note of that. And that's the most important point that you will see with regards to our video policy. And then the next thing, which is also very important, is our refund and rollover or roll forward policy. Um, I mean, we do refund because there is no reason to refund when there is need to, right? So if you make payment and you make request for refund within 7 days, provided that we haven't, which is why we've also decided to hold back in terms of giving access to videos until this orientation, is done. If you make request for refund within 7 days, we'll give you full refund. But if you have been given access to recorded videos, because of the structure of our lecture videos, for some of you, you will understand because you've been a student. You have access to full videos for previous diets and the current diet as well. So the moment we give you access to videos, we actually give you access to all the resources you need for the diet, except for the current videos, which we now update on weekly basis. So the moment you've been given access to videos and you're asking for refund, then we need to pay attention to say, oh, when was the access given? How many days has it been with you? What are the other circumstances that we need, other things we need to consider? And we will look at those things holistically and see if there is need to make a deduction from the amount you have paid before we refund, right? But if all of those things have not been given to you and you make a request for refund, within 7 days, we'll give you a full refund. Now, uh, for Any form of refund, whether it's a full refund or part refund, it is only possible if you make request within 21 days. Please take note. Anything after 21 days, let me read it out from the starter pack. It says, lecture fee shall become non-refundable after 21 days of payment. And I think this is quite simple to say, after 21 days of being everywhere, you're on the group, you're here, you have the lecture link and everything, and you're requesting for refund. It doesn't work. After 21 days, whether access has been given to videos or not, we will not entertain full refund. But I mean, we have these things are well detailed to ensure all stakeholders are fine. And most importantly, that the students are happy, right? It doesn't mean that if you now pay and because 21 days has passed, then your money is gone. No, we don't do that in MPT. So we have a roll forward policy or a roll forward policy that help you to be able to roll forward your lecture fee. And how does it work? So there are several categories of people in this, either people that things has changed their plan for the exam, or for one reason or the other they will not be able to take the exam again, or they even decided from the beginning that they are not writing current diet. For example, there are quite a number of students now that have said, oh, their plan is to write May 2026, but they want to start preparation early. Fantastic. MPT allows that. Another set of people are those who probably yeah, I think those are the popular, or yeah, another category is people who probably have one course outstanding or so, maybe at foundation level or skills, and they want to add the preparation for the next level early enough, right? We accommodate those people as well. So it means when you're filling the enrollment form, you can easily fill, for example, you select all the professional papers because you want to prepare ahead, and also you add, let's say you have FM outstanding at skilled level, you add it. So you are literally registering for 6 courses. You can pay for everything. It indicates in the payment log that this is what your plan is, and then we'll take note of that. Your lecture fee for the professional level will be rolled forward to next diet, and everybody is happy. And that's actually to encourage students to prepare ahead for their exam. But there is a base fee because we work with a record that everyone in that list needs to be financially committed, right? So every diet, even if you've rolled forward, you are still expected to pay a base fee of 10K, currently 10K. Yes, currently 10K, if you can see my screen, right? So whether you've rolled forward or not, you need to pay that base fee. And also there is a rollover form that we release. That rollover form is released at the end of week 6 to accommodate people who are changing their plan for whatever reasons. We accommodate them. Even if it is that you initially signed up for 5 papers, you want to change your mind, it's fine. We'll roll over the others. So it's called part rollover because you are not rolling, you wrote some papers, right? For those of you that utilize that last diet, you can confirm that we've sent you an email telling you how it needs to go, even if you did not qualify for full rollover, right? And we also roll out the change of exam plan form 5 days to exam, and it closes a night to exam. And that window is the form is opened to accommodate those that in that last minute they realize that they will not be able to take the exam for reasons that we call genuine reasons now. I mean, it could be genuine to you, but possibly not genuine to us, but we have our own genuine reasons. And some of the things we've listed, um, we've listed here. I'm trying to see if it is listed here, but I know, yeah. If you look at this part, it says reasons such as pregnancy, childbirth, death of a close family member, sickness, or things around that. If it stops any student from writing exam, we also do accommodate them. But while we are talking about all of this, it is very important to note that communication is extremely key. So filling the enrollment form or ensuring that you engage our team members to carry us along is very key. We don't entertain anything rollover after exam has been done, because we have seen some students abuse that in the past by coming just because of the outcome of the exam. They've seen that maybe they didn't do well or they didn't show commitment to write the exam, and all of that. And then they are coming to say they didn't write the exam. We've seen students abuse that. So because of that, anything after exam, we will not entertain, any form of roll forward. Okay. And then the next thing is to brief you again on the mock exam policy. Like I mentioned earlier, we do conduct standard mock exams, right? And our standard mock exams is, so we do a lot of things. We do, from the tutor's side, we do a, a strong review of the trends using our past question map. We have the Pathfinder course chart that I mentioned earlier. I don't know if it has been shared on the WhatsApp group, but we use that to actually, somehow look into the trend, look at the syllabus critically, look at the topics that have very high tendency of being examined, and we say, oh, these are the topics we need to set in the mock exam. And that drives us to set the mock exam. So it is not even about the questions you can see in our mock exams. Some of it could be from the past questions. We could tweak some a bit. Some of it could be from the ACCA materials, or, so it's not about the questions, it's about the topics being tested in our mock exams, because some level of effort has gone into actually looking at the topics that needs to be tested. Are we together? So the moment we do that, we then set the mock exam in a standard form. We conduct the timetable for the exam. There are links for submission. We time it 3 hours. We give you an extra 15 or 30 minutes to scan and upload your PDF, on the portal, and then we review. People have been asking, how is the mock exam done? So it's done virtual. So it's done, it's a virtual one, right? So where you're able to do it from the comfort of your home, so it's not done physically. So what we normally do is to communicate to the student that we need the maximum level of discipline, right, and commitments for us to ensure that the mock exam is actually useful. So we want every student to, find a comfortable position, bring out your writing materials, do it like an actual exam. And the good thing is we are all adults, so we know what is at stake. So we will not deceive ourselves to say, oh, I will go and look for where the question came from. And. So we do not encourage students to do that. Discipline yourself, participate in the mock exam. At the end of the day, if you've done badly in the mock exam, start identifying the gap. What are those things? What are the areas that, oh, I still have a long way to go? Yes, it is better at that point, right? That you have a long way to go. Or even if you've been reading, you will be able to identify at that point the few things you need to cover, and then you're fine, right? So that's it in terms of our mock exam. It's done virtually. Everything is submitted. You need a scanning tools like cam scanner, or if you use iPhone, you can scan directly PDF, upload on the link that will be circulated once that time comes on the group, and then we will also review and provide feedback. Now, before we go to registration, which is the last part before other things, I would also like to walk you through the next item. And just give me a thumb up if you can see a Google Sheet. Just give me a thumb up if you can see a Google Sheet. Just give me some reactions. Okay, thank you, Dari. Okay, so this is what we call, this is the agenda we are working with, right? So it's also included in your course tracker, only that most of you are not having access to this yet. So don't worry, you will have access to this sheet. And this sheet is actually where we track. So this sheet is a sheet that we have access to, and you also have access to it. We are able to edit, but you will not be able to edit. You have view only access. So you'll be able to view whatever it is that is on this sheet, right? To be able to track where we are. So you can actually have it pinned on your system so that anytime, any day you need to see how things are progressing, you can view this sheet. And this sheet has a dashboard where for each of the courses, we're able to track how we are progressing, how how much topics we've covered, and overall for each level, what our coverage level. I mean, everything is currently zero because we haven't done anything, right? So as we progress with the lecture, as we tick off, you will see this sheet updating the percentage coverage and everything. So like I said, this is the agenda we're working with, just put here, included here for um to track the meeting. And important links are here: e-library, student issue form, ICAN exam booking form, exemption form. All the forms are here, just like the way you have it on the last page of the starter pack, right? And then, so sometimes we put important messages here. You can always come to check here, apart from putting it on the group, because we always put them on the group. So the purpose of also putting it here is to ensure, maybe if you miss those messages on the group, you can always come here to peep to see if you have important messages. And here we also update the timetable on this sheet. As you can see, this is the current timetable we are working with, which is for today, tomorrow, as you can see. And then there is also like the standard timetable here, which we need to update. And then there is a student grouping part. This is for this body session, which we are going to talk about briefly, right? So once we've done the allocation of the student, you will find your name here. You can always search and then you'll be able to see your name in this particular place. All our tutors are mapped in here and all the grouping will be done here, right? And then just before I talk about other things is we then have tabs for each of the other courses. As you can see, this is the tab for BE. This is the tab for BE. And yeah, so this is the tab for BE, and you will see, as you you will see that we've somehow updated this to, reflect the new syllabus. Although updates are currently ongoing, but don't worry, we're on top of everything. I mean, if you're looking at this place where you're still seeing BMF, you don't need to worry. All the updates are still ongoing. Most of the syllabus here that you're seeing have been updated to the topics we want to cover in line with the new syllabus, right? Like I said, updates are still ongoing. This is MA, former MI. All the courses are here. These are the sheets we use to track them. Once the topic has been taken, there are people in charge in the team to ensure they tick it off to say this topic has been taken. Here you can always come to look at as well and say, oh, this topic, when was it covered? I wasn't in the class. Did I miss the class? Let me check the video. If you have further query, you can take it up with the director of lecture planning. All the tabs are here basically for you to track things and ensure you are up to date. And just to brief you, for case study, which is a bit special, is that this is the structure. The structure is usually to hold about 10 sessions before including the pre-sync simulation classes. But beyond these 10 sessions, there are also report activities that are done that we do on our platform as well. And then apart from that is that we also conduct, I mean, they are evidence. You can see some hidden sheets. Some of the hidden sheets are related to mock exams, but let me just show you a current sheet which shows you the guys that participated in mock exam last diet. You would see, I mean, a lot of people do participate, but maybe because of the way it went, they don't have the courage to submit. I would tell you, please do well to submit your mock exam. You will see, even with the number of students that we have, the number of students that participate, only very few people get to submit for our review. These are the people that submitted for foundation for all these courses last diet. We do comprehensive review and provide feedback. You can see for skills level as well for all the courses, as you can see for professional level as well, for all the courses. And these are the people that we identified last diet. And we actually gave them a token. Last diet, 2 diets ago was 10K. Last diet to increase it to a token of 15K. This diet, hopefully, the management will increase it again just to encourage top participants in our mock exam. So we identified these 4 people last diet, and we gave them 15K each to say, oh, well done. Thank you for being a part of the top participant in our mock exam. So hopefully we have bigger prize for this diet. For case study as well, very comprehensive process. You can see. So this is what the report activity look like, where we get to review all your report, tell you how you've done in each of the aspects of the report. This is a particular assignment, and then provide additional feedback to help you improve. And this is one of the diets that we had. So this is what a student cost tracker look like, and we will also share access with everyone. Ensure you always look at this. So particularly, I'm going to tell my team that we insist to ensure everyone, because only few students actually use this cost tracker. So we need to find a way to enforce and ensure everyone actually utilize this. So there are some information that we will deliberately tell you that you should go and check, a very vital information. And we'll tell you it's on the student cost tracker. Go and check it there. Right? So go and check it. So we won't put it on the group. And that will be done deliberately to ensure everyone knows how to access the student cost tracker. And it's not difficult. Once we share it with you, if you go to your Google Drive, you go to shared with me, you will see the sheet and you can open it. And for easy opening, you can download Google Sheet on your phone. If you go to App Store, you can download Google Sheet, and you're able, that's sheet. Yeah, and then you'll be able to open this sheet even on your phone and all. So very easy. And that's it on the last note from me before we go to other things. And let's also talk about registration briefly. And just give me 1 minute. Let me try to. Oh, okay. Yep. Kato, are you with me?
Yes, I
Okay,
am.
great. Thank you. All right. So the next thing in our agenda is registration matter, and then I'll be calling my colleague Kato to walk us through that part as well briefly.
All right, let me share my screen here.
All right, good to go.
Thank you. All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kato. All right, so I'll be walking you through our registration process. Right, all right, so we have various registrations in ICAN. As an ICAN student, you're required to register first. Register as a new student if you're just joining the institute. You register and obtain your registration number. Then you process other registrations as well, such as your exemption for those that qualify for exemption and examination. You also pay annual subscriptions. So once you're registered as an ICAN student, you will also be required to pay a subscription every year, and then induction and all that. So we as an institution, we help students to have to process these registrations. The reason is that the registration processes are rigorous. Sometimes they will just stress you and just take away precious time that you should have committed to preparing for your exams, right? So instead of wasting such precious time preparing for this and trying to understand how the website is, what you need to do, what document you need to submit, who do you need to reach out to, who do you send this to, instead of wasting precious time for that, we as an institution have come forward to take that burden away from you so that you can focus that time in preparing for your examinations. All right, so we do this at fees, which are quite friendly, as you can see on my screen. So there is a brief summary here where we have, first of all, the item that you need, the registration. So this ICAN registration refers to those that are fresh ICAN student. You are just coming into ICAN, you've not written ICAN before, you haven't registered for ICAN before. It means you don't have a registration number yet. And you will need that registration number to be able to register for exemption, register for examination, and any other process with ICAN generally. So you need to register first and obtain that number. So we process that. And the fee for that is currently 11,000. So if you look at this, there's a summary for the fee that you need to pay for each process. And our processing fee, how much we charge you to carry out this process. Someone will say, 5,500 just to register. We have had instances where students decided, let me do this by myself. And they begin and they just run into troubles. Sometimes the entire money, including the 11,000, will be lost, right? And they have to come back and then we have to take it afresh and begin to pursue it. That is because the process is rigorous and could be confusing, right? And then it takes away precious time from you, right? So you pay the amounts plus the processing fee. So for every process that we will be helping you with, there's an amount that is payable directly to ICAN, and there's a processing fee that we also charge for it. So this is a summary of it. The registration fee, 11,000, and processing fee 55. So that gives you a total of 16,500. And once you have made payment, you have to notify us formally of your payment by filling our form. So if you have followed us on the group for a while now, you will see forms. We have forms for everything. The reason is that we are running a virtual lecture, virtual process generally, and it is these forms that help us to keep track of everything from lectures to various registration down to examination. So if you don't fill a form and you simply make payment, we will not know. Will not have any clue that, this person has paid. So you can imagine how many of us are on the call and how many are on the group, right? Then people just make payment and don't fill a form. We might even see the money. Sometimes we won't see a name who paid it. We don't even know. So it is filling this form that prompt us that a payment has been made for a particular process, right? So whenever you make a payment in NPT, ask for the form to fill if you don't know. But the forms are very easy to locate. This document that I'm showing you will be shared with you as well. You also have the same forms in the starter pack, which Simeon has been, showing you while he was presenting. So always ensure you fill the form after making payment. It's not just telling us that you have paid. This form will also request for important information like your document, your credentials, basically, which will be used in the registration process. So very, very important, right? So that's for registration. You pay and you fill the form. We have not added the deadlines here, but there will be deadlines because for each registration, there must be a deadline in line with the examination date. So examination will close at some point. And some of these processes will take some weeks to be completed. So, of course, you need to have completed your exemption in order to beat the examination closing deadline. So we'll communicate those as well. But for initial registration, as soon as possible is the best. So right now, we're already accepting registrations and you can go ahead to do so to make payment and fill the form. Right, so exemption allows you to skip some papers, some ICAN papers, and not write them because you have some qualifications. There's an exemption table that I'll show you. So the exemption fee will depend on the qualification you have. But whatever is the qualification, the processing fee is 5,300. Currently, that is the fee, 5,300. So you look up your own fee, add it to that and make payments. Fill the form. Examination fee depend on your level and the number of papers you're writing. You look up the fee, add a processing fee to it, and fill the form. Then your ICAN subscription fee, payable annually, every year, every 1st of January. Someone will say, I wrote exam in November last year now. Why are you saying I should pay subscription in January? Once January 1 clocks every year, your your subscription becomes due and you must pay it. If you don't pay it, no process on ICAN website will go through. Whatever you apply for will be rejected unless that subscription is paid. So you have to pay it. You have to look at your portal to know how much you owe. The general amount every year currently for returning student is 4,400. For fresh student, it is 6,400. But some persons might not have paid for some years. That is why it's important to check your portal to know how much you are owing, right? But we don't charge much for that. I mean, there's nothing that is much, but then 1,000 to process that. So once you have your amount, add 1,000 to it and make your payment. For induction, please, this induction is special. It is for those that have completed every level, every exam up to professional level. They are inducted members of ICAN. The current fee is this 150,000, and that's the processing fee. Don't worry about this. When you finish professional level, we'll talk about induction payment. So, but for every payment you make, you should fill the form. Very, very important. There are deadlines to everything. Exemption has a deadline. Examination has a deadline. We will put them, at least we are waiting for ICAN, completion from ICAN so that we can complete it and fill it. It is important, very, very important to pay the correct amount. Every money you send to us, Nigerian system, banks, they are charging here. Website is charging. Everybody is charging. As you keep, splitting and paying and what, you create a lot of, work, a lot of expense, a lot of cost for us. And when we go, we make payment on ICANN website. Oh, sometimes we work based on how much you've paid. Oh, this fee is not correct. Someone was owing subscription. The person has not paid. You want to process, you are rejected. The process you've almost completed will be rejected. I have to go and start again. It creates a lot of work. And to avoid that, we encourage you to check every amount you need to pay and pay the correct figure to our account. If you fail to pay the correct amount, you pay, maybe you fail to add your subscription, or you fail to pay the correct amount for examination or for exemption, for whatever process it is, you will attract an extra processing fee of 2,000 naira. Written here in red. So what do? You have to check the processes you are applying for, pay the correct amount, add everything together. You are welcome to add everything. If you're going for registration, exemption, examination, subscription, add everything. If it is 200,000, pay everything at once. You're welcome. Just fill the form and we'll do the sorting at the back end. But ensure that the amount tallies with the total fee you are paying for. All right. So there are also examination fees. I mean, if you look at this table, we are referring you to check, see exemption table, see examination table, log into your portal. This is the examination fee table, right below my screen here. So these fees, the amount you pay for exam depends on your level and the number of subjects you are taking. So these are the number of subjects, 1 to 6. And these are the various levels. Foundation 1 paper is 26,570. Why skills 6 papers is 96,500. So you look at the table and you add this amount to the processing fee for examination. And if you have any outstanding subscription, you add and pay everything. That's it for the examination payment. There are forms. You can see the forms are there. All right. Once you are done with those processes, you fill the form. I talked about exemption earlier. Someone is writing on my table, on my screen. I didn't get the person's name. Please don't write on my screen. I didn't get the person's name quickly. So ICAN exemption fees, right? Like I mentioned, the exemption you qualify for, the level you qualify for depends on the course you studied. All right. So we also listed some here. This same listing is available in the starter pack. We also share this document focused only on registrations with you. All right. Some of the most important or most popular courses or subject programs are listed here. AAT, BSc Accounting, BSc Economics, Business Administration, Public Administration, the statistics, they're all listed here, right? CIBN, CITN, they're all listed here. And the level of exemptions are also stated. This shows you the papers you'll be exempted. Then this one shows you the papers that will be remaining for the immediate level you'll be writing. So if you are exempted from foundation, then the next level you'll be writing is skills. You write skills, and of course you proceed to write professional. And these are the fees. Whatever is the exemption you qualify for, the fees are here. You look them up and you add them. Some persons, their courses are not listed here. Let's say someone coming from MBBS or maybe mathematics or something. They are not listed here. So we have also included a link, right? We'll share the link. We'll share the document generally. That will also show you details of other subject as well. Everything is covered, right? But for the most popular subject or courses, you will see them here, and you should be able to get the information you need. Okay, and all payment, all registration related payment should be made to the access account. Access account. We have 2 accounts, one Providus and second is the access account. The Providus is for lecture fees. So when making payment for lecture fees, pay to the Providus account. When you're making payment for registrations of whatever kind, you pay to the access account, and then you fill the respective form. Do us a favor, whenever you are making payment, put your full name in the narration. So you want to make a transfer, The best narration is to put your full name. We've seen people putting 3 papers in skills, 1 paper in professional, 1 paper in foundation. That does not give us information at all because you are not the only one that is writing 1 paper or 3 papers at skills, right? But your full name, most of the time, you'll be the only one who bears your full name. If you just go and put Olamide, you are not the only Olamide in MPT. So there are plenty. We have like 5 Olamides. So which of them? Ola Dimeji, you've been writing on my board non-stop. How do I even stop that? All right. So when you're making payments, do us a favor, put your full name in the description. That will be enough. I mean, don't worry. Once you make payment, you are going to fill form anyway. So the form will tell us what you've paid for. So your full name is much better than 3 papers at skills, 1 paper in professional, right? Just to help us track it. So pay to the access account. Briefly, some persons were asking what are the subjects in foundation? What are the subject in skills? If you are just coming to ICAN, these are the subjects. These are also reflected in the syllabus. They are there in the starter pack as well. You have MAFA and the likes are the skills, foundation skills and professional. So this is it. This is a detailed one. If you have any further questions, you can always reach out to us and ask on WhatsApp, and we'll be very, very happy to respond to you. But going through this document will answer most of your questions, but you can always reach out to us and we'll be very happy to attend to your questions. All right, so thank you very much for listening. Simeon, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much for that detail regarding registration, Kato. I mean, just very few things left in our agenda, and then we can wrap up. Few minutes again, just to have a look at what we have regarding body system. Isaiah, are you with me? Can you hear me?
Yes, Simeon.
Okay, great. Over
Yeah.
to you.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Trust that we have been enjoying the session so far. So my name is Isaiah, and I'll be walking us through the body system in NPT. Also, I'm also like the director of people and welfare, right? So just give me some seconds. Let me quickly share my screen. So you can't see my screen. See my screen now. Please confirm you can see my
Yes,
screen.
please go ahead.
Okay. So yes, so just a little background to the body system, right? Some couple of diets back, we decided to introduce the strategy, which is like an add-on to the quality of service we provide as a center, and also to, I mean, really help students to prepare better for their ICAN exams, right? So the body system is a sort of informal conversation that happens outside the classroom. So we typically have these sessions on some selected Fridays, right, towards the evening time, say 8 p.m. So I mean, at that point, most people will be back from work, right? So this session is just a way of connecting students to tutors. So I mean, more elaboration, what we do typically is that we group every committed student, right, to a particular tutor. So a particular tutor might manage, say, 10, 15 students, right? So in those sessions, right, you typically have the opportunity to discuss, right, with your tutor or your body tutor, right? So things affecting you, your preparation, or answers to questions that have been bothering you, or challenges that are sort of been impeding your preparation, right? So that's an opportunity for you to have those discussions with your body tutor. So what your body tutor is expected to do is that is expected, or he or she is expected to provide solutions. And in cases where it seems like those solutions cannot come from him or her, right? He also has the opportunity to extend to the team and see how we can also help you find solution, right? So, I mean, this system has actually really been working. We even got a very positive news on this last night, where a student just said, let me just even attend this session for once. And in that session, it was like the body tutor was just ministering to her soul like a pastor, right? And she was just positively uplifted, and she was able to write the exams, right? And guess what? She passed. Right. So, I mean, these sessions are really, really important. And I'll really encourage us that when we start, please let's try to join and also have those interactions with our body tutors. So on my screen, you see like a snapshot of what we expect the date of our sessions to look like. So we have discussed and agreed to have, say, a 6 session for this diet. And the proposed date for these sessions, we start with 1st August. That will be most likely your first time of having a session with your body tutor, and on to 28th August, then down to October 31st. So that October 31st will be like the last session. So I mean, that will just be a wrap, and also a very good push into your I mean last preparation for your exams, right? So yeah, this is just a little snapshot of what it will look like. So more details will actually be given on the group as to the links on where to join, because typically we use Google Meet for those sessions. So your tutor is expected to have created a meeting link before 1st August, right, and shared on the group. Right. So sorry, we don't typically share on the group anyways. We'll send the mail, right? So that mail basically will just help you in joining that session. So when it is time, 8 p.m. on Friday, 1st August, you just join through that link and you just get to meet and properly have an engagement with your tutor body. Right. So I think that's basically all around the body system. If you have any questions or concerns that you would like to discuss with me, I think we can have that outside this session. So, I mean, you can always send me a chat and I will always be happy to respond. All right, Simeon, over to
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much for that, Isaiah. Okay, I'm sure we are all looking forward to these sessions. Kato, I think you can unshare your screen just because of the recorded part. Okay, so yeah, so that's body session. And again, like Isaiah mentioned, the purpose of the body is to ensure that beyond lectures, that you also have other supports, that you need in terms of being able to catch up with you, assigning tutors with you to do that. And, let's ensure we utilize it well. The next thing in our agenda is to brief you on how to actually access the videos, right? And you can give me a thumb up if you can see my screen. Just give me some reactions, please. All right, Dari, thank you again. So our videos are very easily managed. We use Google Workplace, like I mentioned earlier, and you can access the videos using either phone, laptop, or any gadget, basically, any system, any device, right? So if you're accessing with phone, it's just very straightforward. You need to have a Google app. And maybe before I start this, really, I need to highlight that there are different type of Google application, for example, the Gmail. And when we share the videos with you, it actually sends you a notification. Let me put on forgot that. So it actually sends you an email notification, but you realize that having to go through emails to access the videos at all time is very stressful. So you don't want to do that. So because I mean, for the first day, 3 days, 5 days that the videos is shared with you, the email is still at the top. But few months or few weeks down the line, it's gone down your email mailbox, and so you need to download the Google Drive app, and which is what you're seeing on the first part of the screen. So download the app. If you don't have it, most of you will have it on your device. If you don't have it, go to your Play Store, get it downloaded. And the moment you download it, and of course, log into your Gmail account or Google account, it automatically synchronize your account, and you can, for the files that you have in your drive, those are the things you see under files. But for the things we share with you or that are being shared with you, you see them under shared. And the moment you click on that, whatever file that we've shared with you, you can see it. For example, you might see a folder if the entire folder is shared with you, or if you are not doing all the papers, you might see individual courses like this, and then you can easily see the courses. Once you open it, you will see the actual videos. Very easy to access. So you don't want to go the route of checking via email. It's very easy. Get the app. Once you open the app, it looks like this. And sometimes it shows the view might not be, it might show the items in big form. So all you need is go to the right part, like I think somewhere like this, right? Where you're able to change how the items are showing on your screen instead of, because if it is too big, everything will probably not appear well. But if you change the view, you might be able to, change it to better view. And, the same way you can access it on phone, you can also access it on system. If you're logged into your Gmail account, the moment you click on this part, it shows you a drop down of all the Google application, and with that, so you don't even need to install the drive, except if you also want to install the drive anyways, because you can also install it on your system. But the moment you're logged into your Google account, click on this drop down, it shows you all your Google application. Go to drive. The moment you go to drive, go to shared with me on that drive, and then you can see any folder that has been shared with you. For example, ICAN foundation level May 2023, and then you can see the courses that have been shared with you. And that's a very simple step to access the video. And this document will actually be shared on the WhatsApp group with you, so that anytime, the moment you access the video once, it's fine. You don't need to be double checking this to see how to access the videos. So it's usually for the first timers, because I mean, we are running a diet where a number of people will still join, during the diet, in the middle of the diet, towards the end of the diet, and we will always reference this document. So it will be on the group. Even for you as a student, it's an internal document, by the way, but you can always forward it to the group, right? If a student is requesting or need help on how to access the videos, we will also, be doing that, right? And I mean, that's it in terms of how to access the videos. And the next thing in our agenda is actually, accessing the e-library. And the library is quite simple. So it's a link. In fact, it's one of the link that we listed here. If you're looking at this, it says, if you look at this customized link, it's part of the links in your starter pack, on the group, everywhere, right? So once you click on the link, it takes you to the student resource folder, where we have a lot of resources, new pack, old pack of ICAN, everything is here. MPT summary note, you see all the MPT summary notes here for the note courses, by the way, right? Other accounting materials, ACCA relevant materials. Like, we have new materials now that we are going to discuss this evening, in the evening session for the new syllabus. And when we are done with that discussion, we also map those materials to this particular folder where we said number 7, ACCA relevant materials. We'll map the new materials in here, and you can use them, right? MPT summary materials are also here. When the ICAN pack is also out, we'll put everything here. There are also other relevant materials here. And some of the mock exams in the past that you can utilize to pass your exams are also here. For example, this is the mock exam for last diet. We are not just saying this, these are realities. You can check them. For example, this is for professional level. You can see the questions that those guys used in preparing for their exams. You can see the answer uploaded here. You can also utilize it in preparing for the current diet. And you've also got few other things in the drive that you can. Of course, the course chart is also here, which is the one I talked about earlier, the Pathfinder course chart, which is like a past question map. This is V4. We update this annually, and you will see this is for case study. It shows you all the things you need to understand the trend so far for case study. It shows you for all other courses like, SFM. This is CR, which is now SBR, and all other courses. So those resources are there for you to actually, utilize. And I mean, that's basically it. And the last one before we navigate a bit further to Q&A is to talk about some feedback, some critical feedbacks that we have received during May 2020, May 2025 diet. One of the feedback we received, okay, before the actual feedback now, one of the issue we had last diet was playback issue when we got close to exam and the traffic on the videos were so much that when the students are playing the videos from morning till around 4 p.m., right? Then it restricts them from playing the videos because of limits. So because the traffic was much, and then the videos resume back maybe sometimes in the evening. And because it's close to exam, that 2 hours break in between, or sometimes even up to 3 hours, is a lot. Although we normally encourage students, use the old videos which they also have access to, or probably do some other things. I mean, just continue reading, in those time. And at some point we had to come in to duplicate the files and just manage the whole situation. But what we've done this diet is to look into the issue and try to get that resolved in a way that we don't experience that again this diet, right? And then the other feedback we noted is so most of our lectures we use Excel, similar to what you are seeing on my screen, where I'm able to solve question with you, we solve and all of that. So we use Excel, which quite a number of students are happy with, because we normally provide the Excels as part of our lecture notes, right? So we normally provide the Excels as part of our lecture notes with the solutions well documented. But some students are also of the opinion that because of the way the Excel is, a number of times we use formulas. We don't actually type in everything. Sometimes we use formulas, especially when we need to sum up. So some students are of the opinion that it moves faster sometimes and they are not able to follow, right? And some have also, mentioned that maybe we should migrate to using whiteboard instead of that for calculation, courses. We've looked into that. Although two things, right, that I need to add is that ICAN has also announced, of which most of you will be aware by now, that we are migrating to CBE, right? How soon? I mean, starting from this diet, but we are still waiting for more communication from ICAN, right, on that. And if we're actually going CBE route, I mean, the Excel even favors that more because it exposes you to, be able to navigate even the actual exam, right? But what we've done, what we've put in place to ensure everybody is happy is that we're going to be doing a parallel run using Excel for some classes, using whiteboard for some classes. And for some courses in particular, we are going to really encourage the tutors to use whiteboard, especially when we need to solve some, for example, SFM or FM guys will be doing cost of capital, and you don't do a lot of table presentation. You actually solve formulas and all of that. And we try to use whiteboard for those type of topics, and for other topics we use Excel to have a blend for those that prefer this and those that prefer that, right? And then with that, over time, we'll be able to quickly gauge between week 1 to week 6. We'll be able to gauge and see a balance, and also see the direction to, follow in terms of your interest now, right? And the other bit is, students have also been asking that what are we putting in place is so now they announced that CBE is coming. What are we putting in place to ensure that our students are happy? And the good news is that we are always ahead. We are always ahead in terms of things that will help students to pass. And another good news is we currently run full time. We run full diploma, ACCA diploma in financial reporting, of which many of you are aware of. You see it on our social media. We have a completely different platform where we have students that are doing that program, and we've been doing that for quite a number of years now. I think close to 4 no, I think about 3 years that we've been doing DPIFR program, right? If not, I think 4 years already. So what we do, I mean, you should be aware that SCCA exam is CBE, and what we do is, apart from taking those guys lecture, we actually hold sessions to guide them on how to use the CBE platform, and they do monthly practice on CBE platform, and they also do this. Their mock exams are done on CBE platform. We supervise that properly with the ACCA DPIFR guys, and the moment I can bring CBE, it's very simple. For us, we just replicate that model and transfer it and apply it on you guys. That, oh, monthly CBE practice, your mock exam will be will be around CBE and all of that. I mean, we'll see how that works, right? But what I'm just trying to tell you, and part of an assurance for you, this diet, is that the moment I can bring CBE, be rest assured. We have that model currently working for the DPIFR guys. We'll just copy it and paste it for you guys, and we are good. That's it. So, and that's it in terms of feedback. And another feedback, which is the last one, is some people are also of the opinion that, I mean, because we have a number of tutors, we're about 30 tutors in the team, and you will realize that the way I will probably handle my body will be different from the way Isaiah will handle his body, probably different from the way Kato will handle his body. I probably want to take things more personal with my body, maybe to engage them, know about their personal life, what are the personal things that even affect their ICAN preparation, give them suggestions and all of that, and they are happy. So we get a lot of positive feedback when it comes to our body sessions. But we also get some, some students have issues with the way bodies are being conducted in terms of the tutors not following up with them. They just join the session, discuss generally how is preparation going, and once the session is done, they disappear, no follow up and all of that. I mean, it's totally fine to recognize that some of our tutors are also very busy, so it's difficult catching up. But what we've done, right, is to emphasize this for tutors, and we've also created a line of activity to checkmate things a bit, such that once we realize that there is a lag for some group of students in terms of their tutor body following up, we might have to do a form of reassignment, right? Reassignment. So it means you need to be more deliberate about providing feedback directly to us. Some of this feedback. So some people might also think that we don't note feedback, but be rest assured that we don't play with feedback, because it has always helped us to, to improve. So you can be rest assured that, if you slide my DM to send any form of feedback, please note that it to be actioned. And what you can do is, when you are providing feedback and it's a concrete feedback that you really want the team to look into, you have the contact of almost all of us in the management team. Send it to at least two of us. You can send it to me, send it to Kato, send it to my other team members, so that three eyes can see it, and then we pick it up, right? And that's it. So that's it in terms of feedback. The other thing I would also want to ask before we listen to any question from you is to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I don't know, we can get a link to the chat box. Kato, Isaiah, let's get the link for the social media as well. So I would like to, encourage you guys to actually follow us on social media, engage our content. We have a very large student database, and sometimes the likes that we get is not even correlating with the busy activities happening on our WhatsApp group. The current number of subscribers we have on YouTube channel is very low. I understand that we have not we only started using the YouTube channel recently, but what I would do is to encourage you to actually subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we will give you more content beyond even just your exam. There are sessions coming up that you will be able to get that we might not even announce on the student group because they might not be ICANN related, that will be useful for you in those platforms, right? Yeah, I think that's it in terms of social media. I would encourage you, please follow us on all social media, and you can repost our flyers as well. Because as a center, we pay so much attention to quality that we just want to ensure nothing affects quality before we even talk about publicity. That's our model. And because most of our tutors are busy as well, even including the people in the management, so we look at our time and we prioritize things. So as a center, we actually put quality first before how we even market ourselves. Although the fact that we pay attention to quality has always worked well for us. I can send you a graphical representation of how our student enrollment looks like, right? I mean, just a percentage now showing you that a very large percentage of our students are between existing students and students who were referred by others, right? And before we get to, Instagram, LinkedIn, and some other, guys that we also work with and all. So before we get to that, so a large part is referral and students that have been with us. And what it tells you is that we are a center that is able to work with students through this professional journey and stay with them till the end. And those are some of the things you see in our processes. Things like some of the policies, like giving student discount when they have reference, allowing them to roll over if there are tangible reasons for them to miss exams. And those things help students as well, right? And in terms of referral, I mean, testimonials flying here and there. For those of you that have been on the group before now, you can attest to what the group looks like when ICANN result was released. So we have happy students actually, and feel free to repost our flyers, encourage someone. People are looking for quality tuition house. It's not about the noise. So it's one thing to make noise about us or make noise about a tuition house. It is one thing to actually pay attention to what you're giving to the student in terms of quality of service. And quite a number of you can confirm what you're seeing in that regard. So encourage someone to join. And there's this feeling when someone also recognizes that you are the one that introduced them to MPT, and it means you are part of their success stories, right? So I want to be part of people's success stories. You need to be part of people's success stories as well. And at the end of the day, when you also qualify, right, we can welcome you if you have interest in joining as a tutor as well. There are quite a number of tutors that qualified with us, from down from our director of finance back then, qualified from MPT, Akim, Doris. Many of our tutors qualified with the center, and they've also been teaching for a number of diets. So when you also qualify, so it tells you, I'm charging you now, that learn so that you can teach somebody these courses in the future. And when that time comes, the opening is always there. Once you submit your CV, we'll look into it. And once we have space, we can always bring you in to help people pass their exams as well. Okay. And that's it on a last note for me. Let me see if there are any other thing we've missed out. Yeah, just one more last thing that I need to emphasize on is that so as we navigate lectures, there are restrictions that will come in for Zoom. So please and please, I would like to mention that you need to install Zoom, download Zoom, install and actually sign up on your device. Any device you think you might use to join lecture, ensure you install Zoom and sign in your account. Signing up in those accounts or in Zoom is not even stressful. It's not a must you sign up completely, new. You can sign up using Google and that's it. So the moment you open if you click sign up with Google, and then you already sign up to Google account, Zoom account, because we get to a point where you will not be able to join lecture unless you are signed in to a Zoom account. So please do that now to avoid any form of issues, right? And we will also get to a stage, right? Probably around week 6, where you will not be able to join lecture except you're a registered student. It's a new process now. It's a new process that will come in around week 6. There will be a proper sensitization on how that will go. But it's like a restriction where you will not be able to join this lecture unless you are registered. So it means we will directly host your registered email into those link, and it's only when you are joining that with that email that you'll be able to get into the lecture. But all you need to do for now is ensure you have Zoom application installed. For this week, there might not be any form of issue, but from subsequent weeks, you will need to sign into your Zoom account to be able to join those lectures. And I think that is all we have packed for you for this session. We can now go to Q&A. But before the Q&A, please note that any question regarding the new syllabus will not be answered on this call. We have another session for 4 p.m. Please endeavor to join that session so that we can also discuss specifically the new syllabus and how we want to actually tackle it, right? It's a very important one, a very important session by 4 p.m. It's going to be very short, shorter than this one because it's just on the new syllabus, right? But if you've got questions on videos, lecture, payment, other things, registration, please, I believe you must have also been sending them to the chat. So let me see. Opening the chat. Okay, so I'm seeing that a lot of all these messages have actually been responded to. Let me just kindly note that some of us come from a different academic background. We would appreciate clarification on full meaning of the abbreviation course named for better understanding. All right, that's fine. I think this question will also be answered by 4 p.m., where we will be looking at the courses and the new syllabus as well, right? Please, can you share the 4 foundation courses? That's what you see on the timetable. So the foundation column. And then this evening is also about discussing the courses, right? I just noticed I mistakenly paid tuition fee to Access Bank account instead of Providus. What can be done? I mean, that's what we just spoke about. It's not a problem for now because we just communicated, but the instruction is actually in the starter pack. But please let's avoid that error going forward. So what you need to do is just notify the admin number, and then the team will pick it up to get it rectified. Okay. There might be delay, but just bear with us. Once you've notified the admin number, we'll ensure it's resolved. Okay. FR on Sunday is too early for some of us who are pastors to attend the class. Can the time be adjusted to 1 or 2 p.m.? That's asking on the timetable. A bit difficult to do because we've got these questions in the past that 12 p.m. is actually early, but we are looking at the majority now. So 12 p.m. actually work well for majority, considering that it's on a Sunday. If we allow lecture to run till late in the night, it will affect the fact that large number of people actually need to prepare for work on Monday, right? A large number of people actually need to prepare for work on Monday. So 12 p.m., you might just have to bear with us and let's just adjust to the time, but I doubt if anything can be done to the 12 p.m. lecture, but I'll also take it forward with the team if it is possible, but I doubt. And please, how about the initial registration fee? No initial registration fee is required for lecture. You are just required to pay your tuition fee. For registration fee, for ICAN registration, it's just as we have walked you through. I guess some of these questions also came very early before we got to that part. So look through those fees and it will be shared on the group and you can pay the right amount. Anything registration, pay to the Access Bank account. Okay, so once I pay for lecture, I'll be giving the ICAN number. No, anything ICAN number is related to ICAN registration. So you have to do your registration with ICAN, which the team will. Okay, I believe most of these things have been answered. I'm looking at the questions at the beginning now. So I'll just scroll down. Is the mock exam free? Yes, our mock exam is free. Your lecture fee covers that. Okay, yeah, someone responded. Please, my clarification is how is the exam written? Is it physical or virtual? Then do we have to register for ICAN for the exam separately aside the process here? Yes. So there is a registration fee for lecture enrollment and there are registration for ICAN, which is what Kato has walked you through. Okay. I think most of these questions have been answered. Please, when is the deadline for paying the commitment fee? Like I said, it's only this week that we have access to the links and we're able to attend all the sessions that we're holding this week, including tomorrow's lecture. From next week, you are expected to have committed to the lecture. Okay, what time access are for the videos? Of course, so this is for November 2024 5 diet. So your fee covers the lecture for this diet. Same for the videos, basically. So access is usually cleared after the exams. What would the video lecture be? Would the video lecture be shared to individual whenever payment has been made within time frame? Yes, that's it. So it will be shared to your. Okay, I think. Thank you. Someone has actually responded to this question. YG Alabi, thank you so much. I think you were also responding to some of these questions. I appreciate that. Or will the virtual classes be recorded? Yes, all lectures are recorded and we've shown you how to access it. Okay. I think most of the questions have been attended to. Kindly note that some of us come from a different background, computer-based exam. I've talked about this before, and I think that has been addressed. Okay. For the registered students, it's the same lecture fee. Okay, I think this has also been attended to. Is the class interactive? Yes, the class is interactive. It's just like this session. I'm not sure I've removed the control, but you can ask questions. You're seeing my screen. We can solve together. I can tell you, provide me with a number or you calculate. I'll give you 2 minutes, calculate. So it's very interactive. It's a live session, just like you're in a physical class. So, for those who have made full payment, when are we getting access to the videos? From tomorrow, we'll start sharing access to videos. Please, can we get the videos for tomorrow lecture in order to prepare ahead of time? Okay, I believe you're talking about last diet now. Yeah, we'll share access from tomorrow, actually. 20% discount for reference students still applicable this diet? Yes, it's applicable. I guess you must have missed that information on the group. Questions. Question 1, is it possible to simultaneously take courses in skills and professional level? No. Combination of papers at different levels is not allowed. It's only allowed for special cases. For example, if one has the CCA and you want to write ICAN, so you're allowed to combine some papers somehow and some other special categories like that. Generally, you are not allowed. Question 2, could you explain the rollover forward again if you don't mind? The rollover is to help people who has one reason or the other to change their exam plan. You've paid for lecture, you are enjoying lecture, but writing the exam, you are not certain again. It could also be that you've enrolled for 5 papers, now you're changing your mind to write 3. That window is only open for the first 6 weeks of lecture. So for any reason, we approve rollover within first 6 weeks. So the form will be released after week 6. But after that, we only approve rollover for special reasons like we've listed in the lecture plan, like childbirth, sickness, and all of that, right? And that window is only opened when the exam is closed, right? So that's it. And then for any form of rollover, you are still required to pay a base fee of 10K. And that's because all our students must be in our financial list for the diet. Concerning the ICAN subscription, is it also applicable to students who have not qualified? Yes, of course. So you are a student member and you pay subscription annually. It is currently 4,400 per annum, like we've shown you in the registration bit. And for first year, it is 6,400. And there are also processing fees that we've shown you earlier, if we are to process all of those for you. So anytime we access the video in the Google Drive, so anytime we access, yeah, you can access it anytime within, the diet. Please, how about the initial registration fee? We've talked about all of this. Can we be given like 10-minute break for Muslims to pray? Yeah, I think this is one thing that was also raised last diet, that we only notified our tutors to allow for this, but I think we need to find a way to have a structure around it and maybe somehow fit it in properly. But of course, we still have to, whatever we want to do around it, we still have to consider the majority and see how it works, especially for the evening classes now. It's easy for us to consider that. But for morning, afternoon lectures, it might be a bit difficult during Saturdays and Sundays. But let's see how that goes. Are we expecting reading materials for mock exam and ICAN exams? Of course, plenty reading materials for you. You read, and there are more than enough materials to read. I paid full tuition fee last month, but I haven't received the confirmation email. No problem. Be rest assured, once you have filled the payment log, right, we'll start circulating the necessary information to you from tomorrow. What is reference student? Oh, sorry, let me clarify. Reference student, so it's a word for people who failed paper in the previous diet. So if someone fails, let's say FR, so we say the person has reference in FR. So that's it. Please, Saturday time is too early. They said 8 a.m. is too early. Okay. Victor, I hope you're on the call. Please, let's take this away and see what to do. But okay, so maybe at some point we might have to look for a way to drop a poll on the WhatsApp group and engage people to see where the majority falls, right? What's the standard time for class? That's 3 hours. We've mentioned that earlier. Think we've actually addressed. Can I pay for subscription and exam to you guys? Yes, of course. We've discussed all this. And I think that's basically it. 20% rollover, is it the total fee? No, 20% is on discount, and 20% discount is only given for the course that one failed last diet, provided that you received the lecture with us and you paid for the lecture. So if it is a new paper, discount is not applicable on it. And how it needs to work is, how many papers are you currently writing this diet? Let's say 3 papers. If the 3 papers is 50K, that's fine. The discount will be, how many papers did you write with us and had reference on last diet? Let's say it's 2 papers and there is a reference in the 2. 20% of the fee for 2 papers give you the discount. That discount, deduct it from the money for the 3 papers you are currently writing this diet. And that's it. If it is also 1 paper, let's say it's 1 paper you registered last diet, it is 1 paper you are writing, just take away 20% from it, and that's it. And the old student, must I pay all the subscription before I pay for exam? Yes, you have to pay. But note that subscription is annual. So for those of you that wrote May 2025 diet now, you don't need to pay any subscription this year again. So no subscription will be paid for November diet. Your next payment of subscription is 2026 if you haven't qualified by then. Are there classes during public holiday? Oh, yes, we utilize public holiday in MPT for lectures. We utilize public holiday for lectures. We utilize public holiday for lectures. Please take note. Of course, uh, the way it is some public holidays, they are events, they are celebrations. We don't do lectures on the celebration day, like Easter or Eid Mubarak and all of that. We don't do lectures on the celebration day. But sometimes they give holiday, like 2 days holiday. You see that day that is not the celebration day, we use it for lectures. Please, I need to let you know ahead. Okay. Okay, so said I should stop using your sorry, that was your FR tutor. Uh, please, can the exam fee processing fee be can the exam fee and processing fee be restated? How do I check what I owe on the portal in terms of subscription? Yeah, so you can actually log into your portal to check your financial status. So if you need help in doing that, you can send a message to the admin number or to send message to the admin number and we can help. Okay, so I think the next thing we want to do is, because we've spent so much time, so I would allow, if there are questions that we haven't been able to address, right? So I would allow raise of hands. We need to actually end this session because of time. We have 2 minutes. If there are people who wants to raise their hand to ask questions, I think I'm still having questions in the chat box, but you can raise your hand and I will allow 2 people to ask questions. Other questions we can still go on the WhatsApp group to now ask. So I will only allow 2 people because of time. Let's keep it at exactly 2 hours. Um, so but you can raise your hand. Once I see your hand, I will call you. But while I'm waiting for hands, other question said, can someone pay for 5 professional papers and roll over for the payment of 2 papers? Yeah, that's absolutely fine. It's good that you're even saying it early. So while you're filling your payment log, you can already put the comments there. And all you need to do is watch out for the rollover form. Once it's out, you fill it and we're good. Okay, please, for Saturdays and Sunday, please give 10 to 15 minutes break for prayers and all of that. Yeah, so we've seen this earlier. Victor, please let's take this away and see if we can actually see how this works. Really, we also have tutors. Quite a number of our tutors are also affected because they need to pray as well. And the tutors have also been raising this for a while. So we need to really take it away and see how it works. Okay. So any hands raised, I can see Ellen, your hand is raised. So you can go ahead, please.
All right, good afternoon, Simon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon,
Okay.
Ellen.
Okay. So my question is, it is one thing for a student to pay for lectures and attend lectures fully, and it's another thing for the personal study as well for the student. So I want to ask, for a student that doesn't have, like me now, that I read banking and finance in school, and I don't have accounting background like deeply like that. I've written the foundational course, and now I'm going to the skills level now. I know the skills level is basically centered on accounting. So how can I prepare personally, apart from me attending lectures, I can prepare personally also for the exam?
Thank you for that. And I believe your question will help it will provide confidence to a lot of people that have the same question in their mind, right? And the good thing about your question is it has to do with confidence. So navigating the foundation level is to bring the non-accounting graduate up to speed. And that's why you've had to do FA, you've had to do MI, especially those two. For biz law, I think it's completely like almost done at that level, except where you need to apply it. For B as well, although B now, formerly BMF, is a prerequisite to what is now FM, financial management. So the good thing is it will help. But if for someone that have gotten some exemption for those courses, it means you have maybe some bit of finance background, by the way, but you must have done MI and FA, which is a very important
Yes,
one
I've written.
for the skills courses. FA, for example, for FR, MI, for example, for PM. And so you can be rest assured that, in fact, for PM, some of the topics will even be like a repetition of what you've done in MI, right? But things will graduate a bit and the questions will become a bit stronger as well. But we are very detailed with lectures. We pick topics one after the other every week to treat. And the videos are recorded, the lectures are recorded rather, for you to replay and be comfortable. And at the same time, you must have that confidence that that foundation level has given you that foundation. And you are already at par with accounting graduates, right? So getting to the level, you need to have that confidence and be ready for lectures. Once you receive your lecture, sometimes some topics will not be totally clear. If you need to replay the videos, do that. If you need to chase a tutor or even your fellow student to engage in, and discuss, do that. At the end of the day, the accumulation of all the effort of your attending lecture, maybe replaying videos, following up with tutors or anybody that can, you can interact with, participating in mock, doing all of those things, you are ready for exam. There is nothing like maybe some people will have edge because they are accounting graduate. That foundation level has given you that foundation. Trust me. So, and then at the end of the day, it will now be for us to put the same effort that is required. You will realize that the guys from foundation level perform better than people who are writing ICAN from skills level. I can tell you that we have people on this call who are writing ICAN from skills level for the first time. And I'm not mixing the word. I'm saying it that the people from foundation actually do better at skills level. And I will tell you reasons. The reasons are there. They are very clear, right? Some of the reasons is that you started from foundation. You have some experience already when it actually comes to ICAN. You don't need anybody to tell you that you need to get to the exam early because there are issues with Unilag Center or this center and all of that, that those guys will now be learning for the first time. You don't need anybody to tell you that for ICAN, this is the way you manage your time. Oh, the time is not usually enough, and all of those things. You've learned those things in foundation level, which these guys will now be learning for the first time. And for some people at the skills level, it is actually what makes them to have reference, especially for the first day papers. Some people learn in a hard way by not taking some instructions and all. And it is from the second day paper that they will now say, let me not allow what happened yesterday to repeat itself. Are we together? So those are the things you need to note coming from foundation, that foundation has actually given you the proper foundation, the level that you need to move to the skills level, right? So you're good to go. And for the skills guys now, those that are starting from skills fresh, you are already experienced. That's why you're already an accounting graduate, either from 8 years or accounting or whatever course, right? And a lot of time we allow that to get to our head. I'm very good with FR back, from school and all of that. Try to unlearn, try to leave those things and actually start. See, your FR, pick it up from the accounting concept, pick it up from the accounting framework. Your IS2, pay attention to it. Don't do as if because you've seen it before. You will now feel like, no, I don't need to even open that AS2. It's already given. I know it. So you leave those things and start afresh because those are the things that the guys that are coming from foundation level would do. They are assuming zero knowledge for the skills papers, and it actually helps. Okay. So the last one. Okay, so please no more hands, but let's see if we're able to attend to the two hands that are raised. Abdulhamid, you can go ahead. Let's make it brief now. Are you able to unmute yourself? You should be able to.
Good afternoon. I don't know if you could hear me. Good afternoon.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. My own is not really a big question. It's a kind of recommendation. This is my first time attending your event because I have seen you last year. A friend recommended me to come to Next Page Tutors, and then he told me that he did just one session with you guys, and then he was able to qualify. So I came too. So if that could happen to me. And then I have not joined any of your WhatsApp group or anything. I've just been trying to make payments. So I don't know if you could, kind of clarify because I have been on and off. I've been on and off. I went to pray. I couldn't hear some things that you said. So that is why it's from me.
Okay, not a problem at all. The good thing is, I think the most important one that we need to address is for you to be on the WhatsApp platform, because the WhatsApp platform is busy with so many important messages flowing at the moment that you don't want to miss. There is also a session by 4 p.m. Please don't miss it. So send us a message on the admin WhatsApp. You will get to join the WhatsApp group. But I think you should have the link to join already if you have filled the lecture enrollment form. Right. So once you fill the lecture enrollment form, you get an automatic email which includes the link for you to join the WhatsApp group. So you need to do that. But you can send us a message on the admin number. Kato, you can help, or Isaiah, you can help put the admin number on the chat box so that you're able to chat and then we can share the link. You need to be on the WhatsApp group. It's very, very important. And on the sessions that you've been in and out on, the videos are already available. It's on the WhatsApp group. We will resend it probably when you're added so that you can catch up. The videos will be on YouTube. You can view the session to ensure you equip yourself with all the necessary things. We've discussed a lot and they are important. Where you need to find material, how you need to track our progress with lectures during the diet, rollover, discount, this one that are available. Those things have been explained. So if you've missed any part, go and play that part again. Okay. And I mean, you will definitely share your testimony at the end, like your friend that referred you, for sure. Yeah, so let's work together. On the last one before we close is Anthony. You can go ahead. I think that yeah, that's the last hand.
Okay, good afternoon. Good
Yeah, good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, House. I appreciate you, Mr. Simeon. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I heard you clearly.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sorry, you answered one of my questions, and I wanted to plead. Is on Sunday, we are busy much. We are 1 hour consideration, whether from 12 for F. That's what I'm busy on. And again, I want the CBT is starting with CBT.
Okay. So I struggled to hear.
Did you get my question?
Not really, but I think I was able to pick the point,
Hello?
but not. I think your network is a bit bad. So I know you're trying to talk about the Sunday or so, and then you also talked about the CBE.
What I'm saying is that
Okay. I think we lost him, but I think he was trying to ask about Sunday. If we can please, I didn't quite get his point, but he also talked about the CBE. For the CBE is not a problem. I've explained that. All you need to do is know you are with a trusted center. Once they bring CBE, once they communicate, we go ahead of everything. We start practicing. Even your mock exam, we'll find a way to leave a paper mock exam. You get so yeah. So that's that. And I think the other question is on the Sunday. Can we give more time? I don't know if it was only from me that the network was bad. I hope you guys can hear me clearly as we close. Just to be sure I haven't missed anything. So you can give me a shout now. You can unmute yourself. Oh. Was I breaking
Yes,
at any
Thank
point? Was
you.
it very
We can
clear?
hear you. We can
All
hear
Yeah,
you.
right. All right. All right. So thank you so much for your time, guys. Thank you everyone for joining. We can pick up your other questions on the WhatsApp group, and that's it really. So thank you so much for your time for joining this session.
Please,
And
can you permit to ask question from you before you leave?
yes, go ahead, please.
Sorry for interruption. This is the first time I'm attending your lecture. So through Ivara, and the person has qualified now. It's a big testimony for that person. And for me to join this class, I believe that I will learn a lot, and very soon I'll be qualified. Now, my question goes to personally, there has been none that I study accounting, but there has been none that I read because of the nature of the work that I'm doing. And if I don't know whether your lecture will capture or will cover foundation level, just to refresh. So that's my question.
Okay, so what we've actually, when it comes to refreshing, the people who usually need refresher are the guys that because there are few guys that get exemption for skills level and we jump to professional level. Most of the time, those are the guys that normally needs refresher, right? So in terms of someone who is writing skills, you will find out that you don't need much refresher of the foundation courses. And I'll tell you why. FA, for example, linked to FR, the FA gives you the accounting foundation, but is not actually the exact thing you need. Is not a direct flow with FR because FA is financial accounting. So it gives you the foundation, double entry and everything, reconciliation and all. But FR is financial reporting. So it focuses on accounting standard, preparing published financial statements and things like group financial statements. And it's no correlation with the foundation FA, right? So it's actually to pick things up, be ready to pick things up from the very first chapter and tick it off. For someone that have been away for a while, that's the best thing. And for other one like what is it called? PM, of which MI is in foundation. If you realize, I mentioned earlier that most of the topics in MI that you have in PM are like even repeated. They're like repeated. Although the way they are now being tested in skills level is what is different because they test them in a very standard way, right? But they are repeated. Limiting factor, for example, is in foundation level, MI is in PM. Variance is there, is here. Budgeting is here, is there, right? So, in fact, so many other topics that, I can start mentioning, right? So it's actually to be ready to pick things from scratch at that skills level that help. But for professional level, if you are professional level and you feel you've jumped skills level through exemption, or it's been a while you did skills level, we can discuss if you need to have access to papers like FR, FA, FR, which one again? Maybe FM for SFM guys, and especially for SFM guys now, because there's this change. We'll discuss that in the evening. We'll discuss this further in the evening. But generally speaking, skills level, you don't need access to foundation papers. It's not a direct so it is from the skills level that you have advanced papers in professional level. And that's why at professional level, you see some of the papers being called advanced audit, advanced taxation. Even SFM is like advanced FM, right? People like that. So, but for skills level, they are fresh. But foundation level is only to provide accounting foundation to be able to now navigate skills level. So if you're an accounting graduate, irrespective, I think you'll be able to cope easily. And that's it, guys. So we can pick up the remaining on the group. Thank you for your time. Thank you, everyone, for joining.